It's me, Zenobia Darling. You're listening to hashtag Rockstar Life, the Coffee Break podcast. Let's go. Where the hell's my cold brew at? Ooh, what's up, guys? It's me, Zenobia Darling. Happy summer. Happy July 2024. So I had an off weekend this weekend. I just been chilling and relaxing and catching up on all my Bravo stuff. Because, guys, I have a lot happening this summer and I have a lot happening this fall that I'm like doing a lot of groundwork with. So I'm very busy. I have been really enjoying this little summer hiatus I'm giving myself. It's just nice to get back, kind of reset, retreat in, just kind of work on some stuff personally, work on some stuff professionally and in my business. And let's just say that we got some things coming up this fall. And I figured since I had a little lull this Sunday afternoon, I would give you guys a little summer update espresso shot because there's been a lot happening in the Real Housewives lexicon and there's been a lot happening in the world. And I just wanted to just kind of check in with you guys, check in with my little darling, say hi, just say, hey, I'm still here. And I am working on season 2 of the podcast. It'll probably be out this September. And let me tell you, I got some stuff lined up for it. It is bigger, better, on the next level. So make sure you stay subscribed to the podcast feed. I might do a few more of these espresso shot kind of like summer bonus episodes, just because there's just been a lot of stuff happening within the Real Housewives universe, and it's like Real Housewives of Orange County is like running on all cylinders. It is like a fully loaded freight train chugging up the hill, delivering excellent TV, excellent content. And then the one that I've really been digging is Real Housewives of Dubai. I liked the first season. I thought it needed a second season just to kind of, for them just to figure out what exactly the show was. Actually, the cast needs to realize that they are Real Housewives and they're delivering a Real Housewives show. And this season, it all finally gelled and marinated together. And it's delivering. I mean, I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Real House of New Jersey can go somewhere. It's not good. It's just, I like that little Malboys fight. That was my last espresso shot, but it's not my thing. So with all that said, guys, let's get into this espresso shot. It's going to be a good one. So before I do get into this, I do have some really good news that will be happening this fall. So I'm curating another art show. I did the Art of Drag last year. I've also done a little bit of curation jobs here and there over the past few months at my human job at CCBC. And it is official. My next art show that I'm curating is going to be called The Paranormal Realm Beyond the Lore, opening on Halloween. So October 31st, 2024 at the galleries at CCBC in Catonsville, Maryland, which is on the west side of Baltimore. This art show, is going to blow your fucking socks off. Everyone knows I love ghosts, I love the paranormal, I love cryptids, aliens, all that stuff. I'm a drag alien myself. So it's going to be just, we got some stuff in the works for this and some amazing artists lined up, including a lot of my own my own artwork and my first true series in my artwork of large-scale neo-expressionist paintings in the paranormal. I have some good stuff. You can check it out on my website, ZenobiaDarlingCrave.com. You can see a little sneak peek of some of the art. It's in the Paranormal Rockstar collection, and it's in the Alien Mystic collection. So, it's going to be a good show, and I have another project in the works for it that I'm not going to talk about till it premieres there, so there's a little teaser for you. But just make sure you check it out. It's on my website. I will have more information, more details about it the more we roll it out, because we're in the marketing process right now. We're in that. But you're gonna see a lot of me, Derek, and you're gonna see a lot of me, Zenobia Darling. So buckle up, stay tuned. We got some good stuff in the works. I'm really excited. And then also just season 2. I got some sponsors lined up. I got some guests lined up. We're going to be rolling it into the Paranormal Art Show. And let me tell you, it's going to be something. But, okay, enough about me. Oh, let me give you guys a little update about my summer. So, let's see. What did I do in June? Well, there was Karma Fest. That was a lot of fun. We did a paranormal investigation. I was working with another team and that I do paranormal investigate with, and we were investigating this like old mansion that's on this like campground in Darlington. I'm not going to say where it is, but I mean you guys can kind of figure it out. But we had some interesting like hits in the paranormal. Like it was really cool, and we had a good communication session with the spirits. With a spirit. God, I sound sorry. I haven't had my coffee. I haven't had my coffee yet, or I'm drinking my iced chai tea latte I made myself because. I love a chai tea latte, and I'm telling you, it hasn't kicked in yet. But getting back to the ghost there. So we were in this white mansion, and this particular place, it's a private like campground, and people can rent it out. And one of the things they rent out for it is for gay nudist weekends, gay sex weekends, stuff like that, which is totally okay. I mean, I'm not judging that. I love that shit. I mean. I may or may not have participated in some of that before in my life, but but that is something they have there. And so we were investigating this mansion, and we kept having this like gay dude come through the spirit box, and he was saying like really like shady things to me. Like he was picking up that I was gay, I was a drag queen, and I know that world, and I could speak that language of that world. And so we really connected, and he was coming through the EVP. He was singing Madonna lyrics. He was saying real shady things to me. He kept calling me a witch. Kept saying I was nuts. Kept saying I was cute. He also said something that that kind of more explicit, which was kind of fun. He said he wanted to suck my horse cock. So that was the first time in a spirit box session I ever had a ghost hit on me like that. And so that was fun. And then while we were doing it, I was sitting on one of the beds, and like I kept feeling this like cold presence near me. Like I am just when you ghost hunt, your psychic ability actually increases because everyone's psychic, and when you're around it and know what it is, you can kind of be like, oh hey, like oh there's a spirit near me, and I kind of figured there was a spirit near me, and I'm pretty sure it was this dude who was communicating and being kind of shady and having like that was weird. Wow. Something just happened. Wait a minute. That was nuts. Oof, that was fun. Just like kind of like give you guys what happened. Something just happened with my soundboard. I'm in my home art studio right now, and talking about the ghosts, like something just happened with my soundboard where like we had weird interference that I've never had before. That was weird. Holy shit. I didn't touch anything. All right, hello spirits. Hello, if you want to be on the podcast. I'm telling you, ghosts love me, and like they want to communicate, and I guess they know that I can make them famous. So a lot of ghosts like me. It's probably Jeremiah, my friend from the State Theater, but I don't know. But anyway, so I was sitting on the bed, and like I felt like someone put their arm around me, like full on put like their arm around me, and I was like, I wasn't expecting it. And I was like, oh my god, what's this? And then. That's when the dude came through and said, he's lovely. And I was like, oh, thank you. So that was pretty fun. Like, and then, so there was some other stuff that happened, but it's on film possibly. So for a project that I can't talk about, but it is that little, it was a lot of fun ghost hunting. So I did do that. I just been chilling. I just have been like, since we got the okay with this art show, I just been like really hard at work, and like I get into work mode, and I get into like boom, 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 boom mode. And like, I have this paranormal art show is going to be big. So you're going to see a lot of me coming up, and it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be beautiful. Okay. So with that, let's get into the Real Housewives of Dubai, because I am loving it. I'm fucking loving it. I love Caroline Stanbury. I think she is a plus top-notch housewife. Always has been, always will be. She knows how to deliver that Bagari. It's Bagari. I'm talking to Bagari. That shit. Oh my God. That fight with Sergio, who, let's just say this thing about Sergio. Go through and read some of the rumors about him. I mean, there's always rumors about him, partying with gays, and I'm not here to out anybody. I'm just saying there's rumors. I've seen them. I've seen pictures. He likes to party, and it just, to me, I mean, he honestly is probably one of the dumbest men we've ever had on television. I mean, he's so cute, but God, just like there's not a lot of neurons firing in that brain. We'll just say that. And Caroline Stanbury knew exactly what she was doing. She's like, you know, a 51-year-old influencer, and she wanted some eye candy in her content. I know how that game works, and this is all allegedly. I don't know these people, but just from what I know on the show. But it's just like Sergio, like, I'm like, dude, you really are a himbo. You really are like not the brightest bulb in the tanning bed, and even though he loves a good spray tan. And there's all these rumors, and we kind of saw this last week, so I'm recording this on July 21st. The last episode was their housewarming party, and you know, where Caroline Brooks comes in with sage. Like, can we just, and let me just say this about like walking in someone's home with lit sage to cleanse it. That's such a big disrespectful thing in my book. When you do not do that, like that's someone else's space and you're trying to, no, that doesn't work like that. If someone did that to me, I probably would go up and I would probably punch them in the face first and foremost. But you don't do shit like that. So Caroline Brooks, just like, and let's get on to Caroline Brooks because she pisses me off too. She's a real piece of work. I've always heard rumors that she's an alkie, but I'm not judging, but, and she's a bag of Xanax too this season. I mean, she really is. She's trying a little too hard. It feels like, I don't know. It feels like there's a little bit of like Brandi Glanville and Kenya and like a little bit of like the Jen Shaw try-hardiness in her that's really turning me off. But also, she a tough bitch. She'll come for you if you come for her. And she's not afraid to defend herself. And I mean, that's pretty cool. But but she also does things that are a little too try-hardy to be disrespectful, like that freaking sage comment. Like, you don't do that. Especially they're in fucking Dubai, where it's like the desert, you know? It's like, of course, they're all in concrete boxes. But in Bagari, I Googled what Bagari was. Because I'm thinking, oh, is this like some like luxury like designer brand? Is this some jewelry? Like, what is the Bagari? Bagari is the neighborhood that Caroline Stanbury and Sergio bought the house in. What she was saying was, I'm dealing with Bagari. I'm dealing with Bagari. I'm dealing with Bagari. Then when she kept saying that, she's like, I'm trying to get into this fucking home. Leave me alone, you little gnat. Like that. That fight that they had a few weeks ago, iconic. It definitely was up there with one of the top 10 best Real Housewives scene of all time. I mean, I keep quoting that. I'm talking to Bagari. Like, oh my God. It is. But also, I love how Brooks brought it up because in the most recent episode, because Brooks said, oh, well, that gay dude's paying her bills. So the rumor is that Caroline's a beard. And they're in the Middle East. They're in Dubai where you can't legally be gay and you can't, and drag shows are illegal and all that shit. I mean, that's the one thing about Dubai that really pisses me off because there is this undercurrent of like authoritarianism that like really is not cool with, like there was that fight where like Caroline Stanbury told Sarah, Sarah, you're full of fucking shit. I'm just calling it out. You're full of fucking shit. You are a dumb LA influencer who lives in Dubai. And you're that bozo-ness, but just in the Middle East. And I'm not falling for it. Something's off with her. There's something real off with her. I think, I don't know. I don't know if it's narcissism, if it's her ego. I don't like her. There's something about her that just really irks me. And I hate people who are like, oh, love and light. I'm doing this work. No, go to fucking therapy if you need to work on trauma. Don't go to no spiritual counselor. Like, you can go to a counselor that has like, I mean, I know there's like Christian-based therapists and there's like stuff like that, but like, make sure you go to someone that actually has a basis in documented clinical mental health. Like, don't be an idiot when it comes to that shit. Like, yeah, it's good to have all that stuff. You do need that stuff in your wellness toolkit, but you also need a full-on fucking mental health professional in that toolkit as well. So, Sarah, go fuck yourself. Like, I'm just over her. Oh, I completely lost track of what I was sitting there bitching about. So the rumor is, so the authoritarianism in the show is like when Caroline Stanbury told Sarah to shut the fuck up, Lisa was like, I wouldn't be talking to an Emirati woman like that. And it's like, oh, yeah, because you're going to go to jail. That's shit where it's like, all you expats, it's like, you fuck up, ding dong dong, you're on a plane back to your home country and you're deported and you're not welcome back. And that is there. And there's also that stuff where like, you don't disrespect the Emiratis. And it's stuff like that where I'm like, this is off. I don't like this. Because also in this most recent episode, Talene's husband, who is a piece of fucking garbage, and Caroline Brooks got into a shouting match on the street. And one of the things that Lisa says and a few others are like, you get arrested for fighting in the streets here. I don't know why you guys are doing that. And you can see production, like, because they broke the fourth wall. Because, I mean, the whole fight is, Talene is an amazing addition. And I love it when Real Housewives producers kind of go into the friend group and see who was in the peripheral, like, view in those early seasons and bring those people into the fold, because it feels more organic because they generally have a friendship, and that's what I want to see. We don't want to see like forced friendships. We don't want to see forced stuff like that. We kind of want to see people who have been in the mix just off camera, or like they might have like one, like Talene was in Lisa's fashion show last season, so she's been in that canon. She's around these women, and then she's folded in. She's an amazing addition. She's delivering really good. She's a good housewife, and her husband is just a piece of misogynistic garbage. And it's something that, like, you know, I thought Orange County, which we'll get into after the ad break, I thought Orange County had some of the worst men on television. No, I think Dubai has. These men on there are garbage, and I think that plays into the Middle Eastern culture and just, like, how they view women, even in a pretty progressive place like Dubai. It's like, these men are still garbage. And that fight, the husband came for Brooks, and Brooks was coming back for him, and they got into a shouting match. Sergio's trying to get involved, who, you know, Sergio just needs to keep his fucking mouth shut, and even Caroline Stanbury said that. And so they're out there, like, fucking fighting, and the damn husband sits there and, like, you know, is coming at her because Brooks is saying, you're a beggar. You begged to get on the show. You wanted to be on this damn show. And you can see productions like breaking the fourth wall, but they're still being very guarded about it, because I believe that that's a real fight that they're having. I think that Caroline Brooks is pissed because she got Talene on the show, and now she's doing textbook housewife, you know, conflict for their first season. You have someone bring you on, and then during that first season, you guys it turns into a conflict. And that's what's happening. It's an old school housewife playbook, but it's involving the show. And I like the added dynamic that, like, that Bravo is actually kind of breaking the fourth wall a little bit and being like, yes, I got you on this show, and now you're doing this, and you're a beggar. And then the husband's getting into, which I don't like it when husbands get into the housewives drama. The women fight. That's it. You know, like, I get really annoyed with that. And the husband was coming for her, like, you know, given, you know, rightfully so. But still, I was like, this is a little ridiculous. Like, it just, like, I don't know. It was bizarre. It just was bizarre. But, I don't know. I think that's everything with Real Housewives of Dubai. I'm actually really loving it. It really is. It really is delivering. Okay, so I'm going to put the ad break in here, and I will be right back to talk about the Real Housewives of Orange County, because it's really good. All right, ad break. I gotta pay for all this damn coffee I'm drinking and tea I'm spilling. It's me, Zenobia Darling. So, as many of you know, I'm more than just a podcaster, stand-up comic, and drag queen. I'm also a very accomplished painter and photographer, and you can check it all out on ZenobiaDarlingCreative.com. I have an art blog on there sponsored by the Harford County Cultural Arts Board, and just all my paintings, photography. You get podcast stuff. I have an art film that premiered in September that you can buy on there too. So make sure you check it out. It supports me, supports the podcast. All right, so let's get back to the podcast. Ooh, and we're back, guys. Oh, I hope you enjoyed the ad break. So we got some new ads I've been recording that'll be coming out for season 2, so make sure you stay subscribed. But let's get into the Real Housewives of Orange County, because I'm so fucking excited, because Orange County, I've been hearing a lot of rumors. Right, the last season reunion where they were in that, like, IMAX, like, beach scene thing, I fucking loved it. And I was like, there's a lot here. Something's about to pop off. And then 10 days later, Shannon gets her DUI with Archie in the damn car, smashes her BMW into someone's stoop. I don't know if they have stoops in Balboa Bay or, you know, Hermosa Beach, or whatever the fuck they are in Orange County. But she crashed into her concrete stoop, fucking her car up, and got a DUI. And, you know, and then she went to rehab, and then she had to deal with all the legal stuff because she did get a DUI. And I mean, that all is upsetting. Like, don't ever drink and drive. And another thing, don't smoke weed and drive. Like, that's not cool either. Just, like, if you're going to drive, make sure you're completely sober and your wits are about you. Just, like, don't be dumb, because it's one thing to kill yourself doing something stupid like that. It's another thing to kill other people being stupid like that. And just don't do it. It's not cool. But at the same time, on a Real Housewives show, like, these people, if they make that mistake and it happens to be on camera and you're seeing them deal with the repercussions of that, there is a cathartic there's a catharsis that the audience can have, and it can actually be used to show people, hey, this is why you don't drink and drive. So there is a context for it. Just don't fucking do it. You're seeing what Shannon went through. You're seeing what Gina went through. You're even seeing what fucking Luann went through with these legal battles, and even with Jen Shaw. And it's like, watch that. Don't do what they're doing, so you don't have that situation happen to you. So just like be smart about it and have that catharsis. But so Shannon's that, and then her and John Jansen fucking broke up, which he's a douchebag, always has been, always will be. And this is the thing I will say about Shannon, because, like, we all know Real Housewives of New York City, old school Real Housewives of New York City, are probably the biggest drinkers on the show. Well, besides the old school Vanderpump Rules kids, they're drinkers. They're party. I mean, you always saw Stassi, Kristen, and Katie sneaking wine in at breakfast and stuff like that. I mean, they're drinkers. Whereas the Real Housewives, there is a lot of drinking, but the A-list drinkers are the New York Housewives, old school. Dorinda, Luann, Sonia, Ramona, Tinsley, they're the ones that are not afraid just to get fucked up on camera and be sloppy and messy and fight, and I don't know, it's beautiful. And I always kind of wanted that on other housewives. I was like, I kind of like it when housewives naturally drink a lot and drink a little too much and they fight, because, you know, those 3 a.m. wasted blackout fights where there's allegedly some other substances involved, you know, just saying, I've been reading the rumors about old school New York, so let's just say that it snows at the Berkshires. And, so I like that. And the one housewife that actually drank like that and wasn't afraid to drink and be wasted on camera was Shannon Beador. And that was something I always commented on. And I was like, I like this. Like, you know, she's drunk like Dorinda, being messy like her. But at the same time, it's like, you know, she's all this like new age wellness, that California woo-woo-y bullshit that I can't stand. You know, she has that as well. And you're just like, yeah, and you sit there and chug Kettle One like it's fucking water. And so I was kind of waiting over, it was the COVID season when they were at, I remember, what was that? Bronwyn Wyndham Burke, who, by the way, can I do a little side note on Bronwyn? That bitch, are you kidding me? She keeps doing staged paparazzi photos of her at LAX. Like, girl, you were so fucking thirsty. Take a chill pill, you know, drink some water and get off screen. That's why, like, I do think she was an alcoholic, but I also think it showed her level of narcissism, that she was willing to be on camera when she shouldn't have been on camera and been in a rehab thing. That just shows how narcissistic she is and fake. And I'm like, I'm good. But on that season, at their vow renewal, Shannon was wasted. Like, that was when I was like, oh, something's off with Shannon. She drinks a little too much. She likes her cocktails. Something's off. And so I knew, I kind of figured, just my spidey senses were tingling. I was like, oh, here we go. Something's going to happen. And, well, something did. And, you know, that cow finally came home to get milked, or whatever the saying is. And, you know, and we're watching it this season. So then John Jansen left her, because I also think John was part of why she was drinking a lot, because I don't think they had the most healthy relationship. Fucking John Jansen leaves Shannon and gets with fucking Alexis Bellino. Jesus jugs. Are you kidding me? I'm like, who did this one? Who did this one? It's fucking nuts to me. Fucking Jesus jugs. You know, like, oh God, can we get into Alexis Bellino? Because I love it, because we're only 2 episodes in, and already old school, just like dumb blonde Alexis Bellino, like, hiding behind her fucking Christianity is back. Her moral righteousness, just her bullshit. I forgot how Alexis Bellino was, and she's still fucking delivering. I will never forget this. Let me go find it. I'll be right back. Oh, okay. So I found it. So it's one of my favorite videos that I have on my phone, and I send it to my friends every once in a while. But it is Alexis Bellino. So back in the day, Real Housewives of Orange County, they went to Costa Rica for their cash trip. So they were asking all of them, because, you know, in Orange County, these people are not intellectuals. These people are not, they're not the best with geography. I mean, a lot of them are, you know, blonde hair being crazy, just not, not the brightest bulbs in the tanning bed, just like Sergio. So this is my favorite Alexis Bellino moment.
Costa Rica is in Mexico, so it's south.
Costa Rica is in Mexico, so it's south. And she's just so, like, matter of fact about it. Like, I know it. And it's like, girl, Costa Rica is its own separate country. Yes, it is south of where you're at. It's actually southeast from where you're at, just to get correct. But Costa Rica is not in Mexico. Costa Rica is its own sovereign country, and it's a little bit farther south. You have, like, Belize. You have, like, a few other countries in between where you're between Mexico and fucking Costa Rica. So that Alexis Bellino is delivering like that. And I mean, she came in hot with Shannon. Just, that was beautiful. And I think Shannon's just to a point where, like, she doesn't want to deal with it. She's just kind of like, I'm over John. I'm working on myself. This is painful, but, it is what it is. And I'm moving on. But she's just, it's just crazy. And she's talking about how much sex they're having and all that shit. And it's messy. It's ridiculous. It's just, I don't know. It's delicious. It's absolutely, I love it. I love it. And also I love the fact that, like, and Tamara does this too. And we'll get into Tamara too, because, like, the whole, like, Christian background on Orange County is just, it's really getting on my nerves, but it's also funny because it's so hollow and it's so fake. Like, do you remember the season where fucking Tamara Barney, no, not Tamara. All right, well, let me rephrase this because I keep saying Tamara. It's Tammy Sue from the fucking trailer park. I mean, that bitch is the trashiest housewife ever. She belongs in a fucking trailer park. Like, and she is white trash with money, and she's an awful person. Really good reality star, I will say. And just, like, is so trashy and just, like, God, we saw her this at Heather's classy event. She's up there in that box, like, kissing it, like she's at the Playboy Mansion or something. I'm like, girl, you are so trashy. Her riding her bike to that burger and fry dive bar. I'm like, what the hell is this shit, Tamara? Like, oh my God. And then that season where she was Born Again. Oh my God. Born Again lasted 2 seasons, back to the same horrible bitch she always has been. I'm like, Tamara, we see through And Jesus Jugs, Alexis Bellino, falls into that. So, I don't know. It's so full of shit. I truly, just, everyone on the fucking cast is. And then we got Jen, poor girl's going through it. Whatever happened to her ex-husband, something's there. But, she got all those damn kids. She moved in with that man who we're about to find out is involved in some lawsuit. I will say, like, I can't figure out how he has that big house. Just, like, I'm kind of like, something's not adding up. This is interesting. And then we find out after the season wrapped that he was involved in this major lawsuit about gambling debts and stuff like that. I'm like, that makes sense. But I don't know what it is. I haven't looked into it, but I like it. And then frickin' Gina, who, I don't know why Gina's still on the show. Like, she has some of the worst fashion I've ever seen. I thought New Jersey had some bad fashion. No, Gina looks like shit this season. She looks horrible, absolutely horrible. Like, every outfit is horrible. And she's like also trying to make her own shortcomings being a shitty real estate agent into her storyline and conflict with Jen. Like, if you go back through and listen to what Jen is, what Gina is fighting with Jen about, it's all because Gina is a sloppy real estate agent. That's all it is. And you're like, girl, what the fuck are we doing? Like, this is not cool. Like, this is kind of, like, basic and dumb. Like, you're trying to blame her because you're just not a good real estate agent. I mean, and that's the thing. Like, I admire what she did because she's hustling. She's back to work. She's a housewife. She has income coming in that way. But she also is like, the Housewives drives, and it's a platform, and you got to be able to, like, diversify your income streams. And she is, and she's hustling. But at the same time, you need to be a little bit more buttoned up, or you need to be a little bit more transparent and not be so pissed at Jennifer who stuff happened. And she's acting like I'm sure in Orange County, where the divorce rate's like 95%, I'm sure that people get evicted in the same way Jen gets evicted all the time. So I'm sure it's nothing. And it just shows that Gina just doesn't have any self-awareness. But it does make a good housewife, though. But she's not a good housewife. And, and I'm enjoying Emily. She's kind of fun. And then Heather Dubrow, something's off with Heather Dubrow. She needs to go. I think she needs to go on Beverly Hills. She's a little too, she's acting like she's too above the Housewives of Orange County, and that's what's making me mad. I mean, we saw her house in Beverly Hills. I'm sure she's renting someplace in like, Laguna or something like that in Orange County, but it's just one of those things where I'm like, can you get off the show? Like, I wouldn't mind Heather going up against like Dorit or Erica or something like that. But like, I don't know, like we're seeing Sutton involved. We're seeing that unfortunate, what's her fate, Teddy Mellencamp on there who, I mean, I'd much rather poke my eyes out than watch Teddy Mellencamp on television. Truly, I would. And it's just like, Heather, like, can you just go on Beverly Hills? I think you'll be better suited for it because you're a little over it. And I want Orange County to be like, Orange County should be like, conservative white trash and like with money. And it is that besides Heather Dubrow. So, and Emily is, I don't know, Emily can stay. But I don't know. With that, like, I'm definitely watching this season. It's really good. All right, guys. So I'm going to wrap this up. I will be keeping up with Orange County. I will be keeping up with Dubai. New Jersey, sadly, I'm not watching. I don't give a fuck. They need to do something with it. It's horrible. And just like, with everything happening, guys, make sure you stay safe. Have a happy, healthy summer. I'll be back in a few weeks with, I don't know, I may come out with another Espresso shot. It all depends. And make sure you go check out my website. I'm still on social media, so make sure you like and subscribe. And with that, I'm beaming back up to the UFO. I gotta go. I got some travel plans. Peace out.